Hello, Mr. Raven. I finally found this video. Your suggestion to search God is didn't help much because that part of the title of your video that I'm replying to here was past the point where it normally truncates, and so it did not show up visually when I saw or when I was looking for the this video. So anyways, having seen your video about your 88 beating and why you became what you considered a hardcore atheist, that's hardcore is kind of, a poorly defined word. I mean, what's a softcore atheist versus a hardcore atheist? Anyways, but after seeing that, I was kind of interested in why you decided to go back to theism. And in looking for this video, which I was, which covers this topic, I came across a video about where you first thought that maybe perhaps God didn't exist, and that dealt when you were 10 years old, and with your father's death. You mentioned about this. Anyways, I also came across the finishing of your conversion, per se, where you were in your bed, and you're floating above it, but you're in your bed and you're crawling out of yourself. You don't think this is actually like real reality, do you? I mean, there's three of you. But besides this, sober, non-medicated in any manner people occasionally believe they're abducted by aliens. They have very vivid memories of these events, and it's very, very real to them, just as yours was real to you. Whether it was a dream or a hallucination for them, I don't know. I mean, are you suggesting we should believe these people that aliens exist? I don't think so. I think there are other reasons that could explain both your experience and theirs. As again I said, I'm sure to both of you it was very real. But was it reality? I don't think so. Anyways, this vid, I'm replying to here. Hearing all about this acorn and mountaintop, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be really, really neat. Just to figure out, what happened to you here and understand you a little better. And I was rather disappointed. Well, I mean, I probably shouldn't have been, but in the case of your father's death, this is when you first said, "Oh, my father died," and you basically went, the logic explanation was, my father died, therefore there's no God. That's kind of poor reasoning in general, but you're 10 at the time, so I'm not thinking that I'm not thinking anything ill of you in this case. In 88, people beat me up, therefore there is no God. Come on now. This isn't really logical reasoning. I mean, yeah, you were an atheist, but the reasoning, the logic, the rationale behind that belief wasn't very good in general. And it's really much the same in this case here as well. You're sitting up on a mountaintop, who knows why. You go up there, relax, whatever. You're looking at this cup part. Around here we call them a cap because they sit on top of the acorn, kind of like a cap would. And not all of them are so nicely fancy. We have, besides regular acorns, we have what are known as burr acorns. They're kind of all fuzzy on the top and not as interestingly designed per se. This is what you got. You looking at this acorn, kind of got a little neural design on the cap, and you're like, wow, that's designed. Oh, there must be a God to design it. Things can look designed without a God. I mean, and it says nothing to the intelligence of a god either. I mean, there's paintings painted by elephants. Clearly, they're not the same type of intelligence we are. I mean, I'm not saying they're dumb. There is some interesting cognitive abilities that they do have. But, you know, saying it's designed, you know, does an alien, I mean, sorry, thinking about something else here. Does a elephant actually design a painting? No, it's mindlessly putting paint up there. It's not thinking about aesthetics or anything of that nature. It's not thinking about indicating a message. It's just putting paint on paper or canvas or whatever medium they use. I'm not sure. You can look it up online though. It's kind of neat looking at. But you know, let's say, you know, let's follow your premise here that, you know, this acorn cap was designed, therefore a designer. The logic doesn't go to lead on to say, well, that was the Christian God then. It could be any number of gods if that you know, if we're accepting that premise is true. You know, there's no way. I mean, now you could say, well, you know, I had a blank slate and, you know, didn't have any notion of gods or anything like that, and you know, it was a Christian God. You didn't have a blank slate. You were raised in a culture, in one of your videos that you noted was predominantly Catholic. Your mother was Catholic as well. Wasn't a huge influence on your life? I'm sure. I'm sure at that point it was a minuscule influence at best. But it was still an influence. Yeah, I mean, come on now. You know, but there's the other problem with your argument that, wow, that looks designed, therefore it must be a designer. Your assertions about how everything came to be is that everything was designed. Well, why didn't you notice it about the rock? Why didn't you notice it about whatever trees you passed? Why was it only when you were looking at the cap and not at the bush, or, you know, or a piece of grass on the way to that spot? I mean, why was it, you know, this point here? You know, why not sooner? Why not later? If everything is designed as you would suggest it, then why is it was only then that you saw it? Now you've mentioned, I don't remember if it was this video or another video, about how the devil, you know, blinds people to evidence, you know, and that's why you suggest atheists are atheists and such. It would be normal Christian dogma to suggest that, you know, we have free will. How is God going to like it if the devil's messing with our minds, in that, you know, we're not able to see all the evidence and fully make our own opinions, thereby violating our free will? And then, what about, you know, what you said here about God injected into your mind? You know, I don't know if that's somehow bypassing the devil. I don't know. Don't believe in either one of them, actually. But, you know, if he's injected right into your mind, isn't he also violating your free will then? Because it's not your choice. You have no choice in the matter. You know, he didn't say, hey, can I consult you about this first and then go and do it? No, he just went and did it according to your view. And so, you know, there's so many issues here that just is illogical. I mean, it's just mind-blowingly, you know, I just want to facepalm here, you know, like, you know, two-handed. Come on now.